sweltering heats of the Mojave Desert to the unpredictable habitat of Tanzania's Serengeti, from the murky depths of the Marina Trench, from the exhilarating heights of Mount Kilimanjaro, you have the pleasure of listening to From Chicago to Dummast, the Dummast Podcast. What is up, everybody? It is Icekold. That is Mr. Ty. You have made it to the Dummast Podcast. What's up with you, Ty?
Not much going on, bro.
Shit, man. Nothing much for me. Man, shit, we ain't did this in a minute, man. We ain't did this one right here, just me and you in a minute. It's usually we got Nina, we got Charlie. A few times we had Stan the Man up in here, but oh man, I guess we going back to basics, at least for this episode. We'll get Nina and Charlie back in here another time, but just kind of want to get in here with you, man. We had we've been doing this for about 2 years, man. Doing this thing for 2 years.
2 years, wow.
Yep, I ain't gonna call this an anniversary show like I did last time, but just want to make it known, man. 2 years, man. That's a feat. Some
I don't have an applause drop, which I should have had by now, but I just don't.
Hey, I keep saying we need to just like one day just get these drops in here, bro. Just create some drops. But what's going on, man? Ain't nothing new.
You know how I roll.
Yeah, man. Oh man, I just been
same old being
same old rigmarole.
Being work like a
bro. You know what? You disappeared for like a week. What happened, bro? Would you just getting slammed at work? We were talking about that on a live podcast. Me, Charlie, and Nina. I just couldn't find.
Yeah, it's a combination of things. Well, part of it is work. Part of it was phone stuff. Some part of it was not really feeling well. So it was a multitude of things.
I ain't really think that much of it, man. I figured you were just getting slammed at work. Because I ain't like, if I don't see you on a game, because I didn't even see you on a game. Like I couldn't, I saw you a few times on Twitch, but I mean,
I would just be letting stuff run to get the drops on Twitch. I don't know if you be getting drops, but I do that to get
what do you mean, get the drops? What do you mean?
Because you can watch channels and you can get in-game like content.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay. Skins for Halo and all types of stuff like that. So if you see me on there, 9 times out of 10, I don't sit and watch Twitch for hours. So, but if you see me on there, every now and then I pop into Charlie's and Nina's streams and speak for a little bit, and then I'm out.
Gotcha. But like I was saying, man, I ain't think too much of it. I figured you was just getting slammed at work. I was busy as fuck too. I was like, dude, what the hell, bro? What let's do with that? Let me check to see if he on the game or something. Maybe he in the Halo. I want to play Halo. Didn't see you on there. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker must be getting whip cracked on his back or some shit. But
I mean, I have folks at work now. It's not really like I'm being overworked. It's just certain situations. We have a joint. It's something called joint commission in hospitals where you're getting inspected and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of stuff going on. Trying to get prepared for all of that stuff.
You've been taking your old man. You been getting your daily regimen.
I was doing a lot of sleeping. Like I'll come home, like take my nap, and then I'll wake up and I'll go back to sleep. So,
bro,
I'm fairly exhausted.
I haven't said this in the last few months, but the last few months I've been getting old mans. I remember I always say like I couldn't really get my old mans in because the kids waking me up.
Right.
I think I average like over the last 2 months I probably averaged maybe 1.5 old mans a day.
1 point.
Like right now it's either 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? Like it's either 1 or 2 old mans I can get in.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm really feeling that. They not long, bro. They 20 minutes here, 40 minutes there. I took one today. Took a nice one, man. Jace, he slept right next to me, man. I went to sleep for about 40 minutes. He went to sleep for about an hour and a half. I couldn't even get him up, man. He wanted to keep doing that, old man. But
you'll be in the groove when your little younger one get a couple more years in.
Oh, I'm in the groove now. Like it's expected. Like I eat and I'm done, bro. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna kick my feet up.
I don't know if it's just me getting old or Jace getting older where he don't really bother me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely getting them in, man. I'm definitely getting them in. Hey, I did an interview, man. I was on you know who Chris Dunham is? He's in our on the group in the group page, the Dumbass group page on Facebook. He runs the Cultivar podcast.
Mm.
I had
You messaged me that the other day. The name sounded familiar, but
you've seen I've showed you his podcast before.
oh, okay, maybe that's what it was.
It used to be called the Odd Pod. I don't know if that ring a bell.
The Cultivar sounds more familiar than the Odd Pod.
It's been Cultivar for a while, but at first, when I first hit you up to it, it was the Odd Pod. I really like what they're doing over there, man. They stuff is like really good. I was messing around with him on his podcast because there was a show, I think it might have been a show from like 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
where the audio fucked up in the beginning. And when the audio fucked up, it sounded so good. And like just the banter they had between it, you would have think they fucked the audio up on purpose or it was all scripted. That's
so
how
when you said
good
it messed up, what do you mean it meant? Like, what does that
the
mean?
audio, I guess they were complaining. I couldn't hear it. Maybe they fixed it. You know,
so it was something
behind.
It was something more behind the scenes.
It was something behind the scenes.
Gotcha.
And it was just the banter they had while it was going on was so good and so entertaining that you would have think they script the fuck up. But I really like what they're doing over there. I want to give a shout out to Chris, man, for welcoming me on the Cultivar interview. He had one segment, Tell Me a Story. And you know about the story, and maybe one day I'll get to put it on the channel, or I don't know. I don't know how I do it. But tell me a story, and I told him the story of what happened to me when I was in Dominican Republic in that mountain, where I got lost on the mountain, lost in a waterfall on the mountain, almost died and everything. But no, that was good shit, man. So I'm gonna do an interview with him on the channel at some point. That'll be straight, man. Are you playing anything lately? Any game? What you been playing lately?
Nah, man, that's the thing. Like, I don't feel like nothing's really come out or anything. It's kind of dry. Kind of in a dry spot for gaming. I know the Halo Season 2 stuff just came out, but I haven't.
Yeah, what's up with that? I know you hopped on there and was asking
I haven't.
your cousin.
I haven't
even hop in there and played it. Jesus. You just in a rut, man. What we waiting for then? What game coming out?
In a rut. I just don't like to force stuff, bro. If I'm not really feeling something, I just don't engage with it. Yeah, so it's not, and that's not making a determination of anything. It's just kind of dry. Like I'm more of an ebbs and flow type of guy. You know, if it's not there at the moment, I just fall back, and when it's there, I'll come back to it. So I'm not even playing Destiny, none of that stuff. So I'm literally, I think I downloaded 2K the other day. I was playing a little bit of 2K, but I haven't played 2K in a couple years, so that's about it.
What, you mean basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. I got hyped up. I thought you got the wrestling game.
No.
Got hyped up for a little bit, man.
But the basketball game is on Game Pass.
Yeah.
So that's why I did that. You know damn well I'm not paying for it at this point.
Right. So you got to be doing something. What are you watching?
Playing with my phone. I finished Moon Knight. I watched the 7th episode of Halo. I don't think that's
the episode. I really have to get this fucking.
Yeah, I don't think that's the finale because it looked like it's building up to something. I started watching a little bit of Picard.
All right, before I pick your brain into this Paramount Plus, because there's a few things on there I need to watch. Let's talk about Moon Knight. Did you mention Moon Knight?
Yeah, just now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I thought I heard you mention Moon Knight. How are you liking that? Well, it's over now. How did you like it?
I like Moon Knight specifically because of and this is like strictly based on the comics, and I didn't read the Moon Knight comics, so I'm learning everything about Moon Knight from the series. So I like the multiple personalities that he has, and they're fighting for the body and things like that. Because there's a lot, like we said, the last podcast, I think it was, this doesn't really start off slow like WandaVision did. Kind of just throws you in the middle of it and doesn't really explain anything. Even when it gets to the last episode, it's like they're trying to tidy everything up at the end, because they really didn't explain everything to begin with. And then there's like an after credit scene, which introduces another personality that you can kind of tell was there, but they never really showed it. So
there was another personality. There was another personality that they didn't explain who that was, because they were like, "Was that you, Steven?
Yes,
was that you? No, that wasn't me."
Yes.
So it was at one point.
I don't mean to spoil that. Yeah, I don't mean to spoil that for anybody who hasn't watched, but yeah, they do kind of show that. So I enjoyed it. You know, other people may have a differing of opinion.
I thought it was
good.
I thought it was good. It was one episode where it kind of lost me, and I was trying to watch it. I mentioned this on the live podcast, and you weren't there, so I'll mention it to you. It was one episode. It was hard for me to get through, and like every time I tried to watch it, I fell asleep.
Which one was it?
Time. It was the one where they had to go talk to some white dude on a horse. He was like riding horses and shit like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was not much going on in this episode.
No,
not much. It was the one with what's his name, Khonshu,
yeah,
Khonshu. I think he died on that one. That's the one
at the end of it. That's when they were trying to get the map of the stars so they could find Amit's tomb or whatever.
Yeah. Now it was a few episodes, 2 back to back, that were really good, like really good. Like when they when things started to come together, and when he went to he was like in a mental institution. They made it seem like he was in a mental. That shit was trippy. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is going on?
That's when they got a little crazy. It got a little crazy.
I'm like,
there.
but I liked it though. I was like, oh, okay. Now I'm starting to see a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then the last episode I fell asleep on. But it wasn't because it was boring or anything like that. I was legit tired trying to watch it. The bits and pieces I seen looked like they was important. I was totally awake during the ending credits, so I did catch that. I gotta go back, watch everything again, then watch the ending credits. So I did see that third personality you were talking about.
Okay.
No, but overall I think it's good. It's different. I would say that it's not like anything else.
I think the multiple personalities gives it a different feel, because you're getting used to, let's say, the Steven character, and then you get introduced to the Mark character, right? So he's essentially playing multiple characters as one person. So they have their own different nuances and things like that. So that kind of kept me engaged. I wanted to see I believe his wife's name was Layla, I believe. I wanted to see what was going to happen with her, if she was going to make a deal with Khonshu. She ended up getting her own like god connected to her later on.
I saw that part.
So it looks like she's going to be her own superhero. I'm very curious as to how they're going to tie all of this into the MCU. Because I think
they are I think they're getting another season of this. Are we?
That's the thing. Charlie posted something in the chat.
I thought they announced.
No, they didn't. Charlie posted something in the chat that alluded to that it might be, but then the Oscar, I forget his last name, the guy who plays Moon Knight, he said that it's up in the air, so they haven't decided. So I feel like this was just a start for this character. So just to leave it and not do either season 2, it has to tie into something.
I think it does, and Charlie and Nina kind of alluded to that Moon Knight is part of the I can't remember, something Raiders or something like that.
No, it's I know what you're talking
Midnight
about.
Suns.
Midnight
Suns.
Yeah, something like that.
So and you can kind of see, if you watched Eternals and you saw that post ending credit, they're leading to something with these Midnight Suns, and of course, at some point we're gonna get Blade, and I believe Blade is with them as well. So
Blade, Knight Rider, I think Ghost Rider. I'm sorry, and I think Daredevil.
Right. So hopefully we see more. I'm gonna tell you what I liked about it, and it goes back to the episode I was telling you about. the fact that I went through this thinking Steven and what's his name, Mark, had nothing to do with each other.
Right.
That they were just, but the fact that they made it where was it Mark created Steven or Steven created Mark? I can't remember whose personality is with what name.
Mark is the original personality.
Okay. Mark created Steven as a way to kind of get through personal issues he was having at home. I don't want to get too much into it, but I thought that was pretty dope. Like when they, he was like, no, don't go up there. Don't go up there. And,
right. I mean, like I said, it gives the character a weird dynamic. The crazy thing is the Steven character, I believe in the comic books, is more of a Bruce Wayne type character. He's more of a playboy character. So this is kind of a deviation from the comic books. I found it interesting. It made me not connect to the character more, but it just made the character a little bit more interesting, as opposed to, let's say, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like that series is not bad, but I just don't care about those characters.
Those are very bland characters.
Very bland characters.
No depth.
Neither
one of them have any depth.
And this personality thing with the Moon Knight guy is, I don't know, it kind of keeps you engaged a little bit, especially the way that they're doing it. Especially the way that they're doing it.
Because they're flipping around so much, and you're trying to figure out who's what. You have to pay attention, which is why when I wasn't paying attention, I was falling asleep, and I thought that one episode was boring.
Right.
You have to kind of be on your toes because you don't know where it's going and who's it going with. And again, they threw a caveat in there with the third character, and they were like, "Who the hell was that?"
Right.
And they kind of explained it at the end, so I thought that was cool. Now let's get on Paramount Plus for a minute. So, you say you started watching Picard?
Yeah, I think I watched like the first 2.5 episodes. I think I fell asleep on 3 because I was just binging.
Now, of season 1 or season 2?
Season 1.
Okay, all right. And you did say Paramount Plus. I should be able to get Paramount Plus free because I have it's some type of what is it? Xbox?
On the Xbox, I believe there's a 1-month trial, and if you have T-Mobile, which I don't think you do, you can get it free for a year.
Oh, so I have to have T-Mobile. I thought it was something else.
No, the Xbox, you can get it for a month, so that you can watch pretty much all of the Halo series, and you can, if you want to watch something else. I also watch Evil on there. I don't know if you know about that show, but that's like a show based on God and the devil. So you see demons and there's people doing evil stuff, and it's kind of like the X-Files, but it's based on religion. It's the best way I can describe it. So you have like a preacher. I believe he's a preacher.
Is it modern times, or is it like something?
Oh no, it's modern. It's modern times.
Okay,
it's modern times. I started watching it on Netflix, and then I believe it went to. I don't know if it started on CBS. It may have started on CBS, but I started watching it on Netflix. But that was 2 years ago. I started watching that during the pandemic. I watched all of season 1, and then I forgot that it came to Paramount. So I was just clicking through to see what else was on there. So I started watching season 2 of that as well. And I think season 3 is about to start. So I don't watch much TV. I've said that multiple times, but Evil is a show that I was watching. So I started watching season 2 of that as well. It's pretty interesting. If you like, if you like the premise of like the X-Files, where you have one believer, you have like one who's a skeptic trying to debunk all of the stuff. So it's kind of that dynamic. There's 3 main characters, but that's the dynamic. One of them is a part of the church. The other one, I believe she's a psychologist. I think the other guy is like the non-believer who's trying to debunk everything.
Who's in it? I'm looking to see who's in it now.
It's the guy who used to play Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
Nick Cage, on the Marvel shows on Netflix. The other people I don't really know that much. There's a couple familiar faces on there though.
Yeah,
the guy from if you remember the guy from Lost, who used to run the the Dharma group.
Michael Emerson.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent show.
This guy right here played on House of Cards. Boris McGiver?
I've
Plays,
never watched a House of Cards.
House of Cards is good, man. It's something I got into maybe a few months ago. It's good. It's really good. If you into like politics and stuff like that, or presidency. If you into stuff like that, which I have a curious nature about the inner workings of like government and how government is ran and shit like that. So that I get naturally drawn to stuff. Like I watched what's the name of that? Oh goodness, what Designated Survivor with Keith Sutherland.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that before. I don't know if it was in the chat or I remember you speaking about this before.
It was a good show. And then Netflix bought it and it just turned to crap. So I started watching it. And it looked like House of Cards did the same thing. Like Kevin Spacey ran into his legal troubles or whatever.
Oh, okay. So this was his show.
This was Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. But I don't know. But so before we even get off of Paramount, I don't want to stay on Paramount too long. I get it. I don't want to, But you 7 episodes into Halo. Now, you were kind of shaky on Halo last time we talked about it last month. Where you at with it now?
I'm still kind of shaky.
Say it's a good.
I'm still kind of shaky because I'm not sure where it's going.
It's the same thing you said like a month ago.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where it's going. So I don't know. I guess you could say it kind of has pacing issues where, because like I said, it starts off with a battle, right? The Spartans come down, kick some Covenant ass. Then you go into like 3-4 episodes where it's all they're trying to tell. It's all backstory, so to speak, exposition, right? Then you get like another decent battle, and then you go to another backstory trope, so to speak. So it's like I can't really tell where it's going, and then as a fan of the games, it's kind of telling its own story. It's loosely based on the games. So me as somebody who knows the story of the games, I might be receiving it differently than a person who has no idea what Halo is. They might be into it.
I think I might be closer to your category since before the last Halo came out, I went through like all the fucking story of Halo.
Yeah,
and it's still kind of fresh.
It's fresh in your brain, right? Yeah,
yeah, it's still kind of fresh in my mind. So if I watch this, I'm like,
I wouldn't say that it's a bad series. I think it's good enough to get like multiple seasons, but they're gonna have to start putting some excitement in this. You got these Spartans, and I know they're probably saving it for, for some lulls. Let's just throw the Spartans in there kicking some ass, and it's a bunch of explosions, this, that, and the other. But as of right now, I mean, it's interesting enough for me to keep watching it. I'll leave it at that.
Got you. I'll check it out, man. I mostly I want the Paramount Plus for the Picard. Halo is like a cherry on top.
Now Picard
go hard.
Like if you want, and it's crazy. I don't even want to say it like this because there is already modern Star Treks. Like they've made the remake, the movies, which were really good. This is like a modern Star Trek, like 2020 Star Trek, right? So when you see it, it's not gonna look like the old Star Treks, but it's still Picard, it's still the Borg, it's still 7 of 9 from Voyager, right? It's still a lot of those familiar things. Like there's some connection.
They're playing the greatest hits. They playing the greatest hits
to a certain extent. It's like it's a real modern remix of everything. And it's kind of weird because they're doing like I said the other day, like they're doing some time paradox type stuff. All that weird stuff is in there.
Take my money.
But when you watch it, it's not old school like the old Star Trek. Now, mind you, people might be listening to this like, what the hell is he talking about? Because I haven't watched the last 2 Star Trek series. The last one that I watched any of was Voyager.
You didn't watch any? I didn't watch any of Enterprise at all.
There's 2. There's
Enterprise.
There was a new one called Enterprise, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's been 2 in between from when I've seen it. Because I think there's one on now. There's another Star Trek on now.
All right. So I watched the first Star Wars Captain Kirk. I watched that. I can't say I watched every episode or I remember every episode, but I remember like I watched that. Next Generation, that was my shit. That's the best one. That's the best one. Then you had Deep Space Nine, which was cool. Voyager, that's when I kind of started sliding.
Well, Voyager started off bad, and then they kind of fixed it.
They fixed it.
Yeah, they fixed it when they kept the digital doctor around, because I think he was going to be temporary at first. They brought in the Black Vulcan, and then 7 of 9, and that kind of that was enough to make it way better than what it was initially. But yeah, the other ones, my favorite is Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. I didn't watch Enterprise. I didn't watch Discovery. So I know they have.
I didn't watch any of that.
They have Strange New World and Picard is on now, and then there's
Picard.
Some other stuff.
When I saw when they first came out with Picard, and I saw the trailers, I'm like, this looks good. This looks very interesting. You see him sitting down with Whoopi Goldberg, and do my boy Geordi? Did he make a cameo in Picard?
I haven't seen him yet. If he's in there, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen him. But I'm a few episodes in, but I started out watching YouTube clips, right? So
okay.
So I will watch some. No, it's not even that. It's like for whatever reason, YouTube suggested it to me at first, and I will watch the clips, and it would be interesting. So they kept suggesting clips of me. So I'm like, man, I just gotta go ahead and watch this show because it looked like it's good, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But I'm one of those people who like Star Trek.
I got really hyped for the Halo, but then once I found out Picard is on there, I stopped thinking about Halo when it came to Paramount Plus. It's Picard. That's what I'm gonna watch. Then I watch Halo.
I mean, I don't know if you like me. I don't know if you like me, but I like to binge. So
I do.
The problem with me not being able to binge is like Halo is doing this episodic thing, so I have to watch something else. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I'm already here. Let me go watch this. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Halo has enough episodes in it for me to be like, all right, I'll put you on the back burner. It's Picard. I will go through all of Picard.
And that gets interesting fairly fast.
Okay.
Fairly fast.
They're
not really dragging on
time slippage.
Yeah, they're not really dragging on that.
You talk about the theory of relativity. You talking about like coming here and going there and you ate like, take my money, bro. Hey, when you start talking about stuff like that, that's when the hard nerd come out, bro.
So I would say like kind of think like now it's not exactly the same, but kind of think like how the MCU is doing multiple universes.
All about that, bro.
Yeah,
I'm all about that.
It's kind of think like that.
And all that.
Yeah.
I'm very variant timelines. I'm into it. Just take my money, man. Here you go, Paramount Plus. There you go. Just keep coming out with the content, okay? I want to get into something serious, bro. This is this Roe versus Wade shit. This is scary. And
you need an abortion? You're not gonna be able to get your abortion?
Hey, you know what? Hey, it's something I had said, and I said it like right off the cuff to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this before I even get into this subject. If men got pregnant, if men were able to get pregnant, you will see a fucking abortion clinic on every fucking street.
It will be readily available.
It will cost like $5 for men to get an abortion, bro.
You would hear all types of justifications as to why it needs to be.
As a person that'll be 43 next week, I would have probably had 20 abortions by now if me and got
Wow.
Bro, just think about it, bro. Just think about it. We are much more careless with our genitals than women.
Right.
We don't give a fuck. We don't have to like you to be with you. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to like you to copulate. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to like you to do it. So just think of how many times you done threw yourself out there all willy-nilly. You probably would have ended up pregnant a few times a year.
I'm a good girl though, so I'm not.
You're not a whore though. You're not a whore.
I'm a good girl.
I got a shoddy track
That's
record.
you. That's
But
you.
no,
Loose men. You loose penis men.
but it is rather loose. But no, seriously, man. Like if men got pregnant, this wouldn't even be an issue, man. This would not even be an issue. But the fact that it is an issue, you got these old men on Capitol Hill and a few women trying to just like I guess control or they I don't know. I'm disgusted by it, but that's not the real reason why I'm upset. The real reason why I'm upset is what's next? Like where are they going to reach next?
I mean, anything that
everything is up for grabs at this point.
Everything is up for grabs at this point. And I think like people might not take that serious, but it's like
no, I take that serious.
Yeah,
that's
like
what's scaring me, bro.
I think in the chat we were talking about what interracial marriage, civil rights, gay marriage, like all of that is on the table now, and I don't think people really understand that. You know,
more than appeal on the table.
Not just that, marriage. Condoms, all types of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
all that stuff is on the table.
Any
bro.
contraception.
Voting, bro. I'm telling you, next they're gonna go after vote. I'm not next, but eventually. The slope is so slippery, bro. They can go after talking about some you don't make enough to have a vote or you're too poor to have a vote. Look what they're doing with like these the districting. You know what I'm saying? Like
gerrymandering
district. Yeah, it's all done for a reason. But back to Roe versus Wade. I don't know, man. I don't see how. I don't see why do you think you have this much control of a woman's body? I mean, this is, you know, I don't know. I don't even want to get too
they
deep
trying to
into it.
They trying to drag us back to the Stone Age, man. That's why
I don't like what do you get out of it? Like, you cannot tell me you care this much about these unborn fetuses, and you got actual babies out here that you don't want to give aid to. You don't want to help out. There's homeless.
Oh no,
they
gotta pull themselves up by the bootstraps, or them little toddlers got to go in the coal mines and get a job, you know, and help support the family, you know.
Dude, you posted a meme the other day, and it said, the meme said, you can't tell. It was I'm not gonna do it justice, so bear with me. But it was along the lines of, you can't tell me you care this much about children's lives when all summer you guys didn't want to wear a mask so you can
you butchering it. It said
I am butchering it.
If you were willing to sacrifice your grandmother so that you can continue to eat at Applebee's, you can't tell me that you're for you're pro-life. Essentially, that's what it said.
Bro, you would. It's crazy how people have these faux concerns about shit, bro. This faux anger about just the.
Well,
and it's on both. That right there is on both sides.
So I was just about to talk about that. So if you say virtue signaling is something on the left, the faux concern for things is what I would think is kind of prevalent on the right when it comes to racism and it comes to pro-life and all of this other stuff, because they're just things to run on. And the left has their things.
Partisan, bro. It's all partisan to say where you stand.
Yeah.
People got this thing where they don't want to say where they stand. They just want to talk about the issue and just have you know where they stand. And it's bullshit, bro. Like you can't really tell me you care this much when everything else is just rooted in hate that you have. Like again, there's plenty, like I said before, there's plenty of children out here starving that you want to take aid from. You want to take, you know, you can't tell me that you care about this thing that you can't even see with the naked eye.
Right.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not totally there was a time that, you know, I thought a different way. You know, not so much like I was ever pro-life. But there was a time I was like, well, I believe a woman can do what they want to do. I just don't want to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? That was always my stance. And to a certain extent, you know, it's still my stance, but now I've come to realize, well, I'm gonna pay for it regardless. You know, I'm gonna pay for it regardless. Whether she abort, I'm gonna pay for it. If she give birth to it, and it's usually a financial reason, so now they on government aid, I'm gonna pay for it.
Right.
You know, so you know, then sometimes it just take time to kind of, you know, get the shit going, and you know, and over time you change, or your thoughts change or whatever. But this is scary, man. This is scary. They taking precedent that,
man, the path we headed down in this country is, I don't know how we're gonna avoid the big rock that we're gonna crash directly into. Like, I don't see how we're gonna avoid it.
Did you hear what I said in the chat when I was basically talking about the Lord of the Rings? Do you remember you watched the Lord of the Rings, right? You've seen episode 3. You remember at the end, Frodo had to leave. He was just like, I've seen too much.
Right.
I've seen too much of what the fuck is going on, and I have to go. I have to leave this place behind, to the point where the way I see it now, that's the way I see it now. The way I see this world right now, that's the image I want to see before I leave, because I know when I go, you guys are going to fuck this shit up. And I never really understood that, bro. When he left, I couldn't understand what he mean when he's saying I seen too much. Well, I'm saying this, I have to leave this country. And you know that's not always been my plan, but it's been my plan for years to just leave this country. I understand too much, and I'm smart enough to know the direction this shit is going. Because of the people who run it.
Right.
We got people who's running this country that really don't care about people like me and you. They only care about getting what they want, and they'll run this country in the ground to get it. And when things go bad, they think they know they have either the right connections or enough money to weather the storm.
Well, a lot of people,
but they're wrong.
They know they're not going to be around, so it's like, why solve the problems? I'm gonna be dead in 20 years anyway, so let's keep this political hack shit going. You know, whatever, bro. And that's not just one side. That's you know, politicians in general. At some point, they have to be held accountable, and they have to work for the greater good of the country, and not for themselves.
I think it's to the point they're not capable, bro. I don't think they're capable to even say greater good right now. And when I say, I'm talking about one side, and don't get me wrong, both sides to me they got their own problems, where, you know, I'm looking at both sides side at both. This one side that's clearly got the bigger stick.
Well, when you and I speak, we tend to say one side cares about optics, the other side don't care about anything at this point, other than getting what they want. That's it. You know, so one side is like a pit bull that has all of its teeth pulled, and it's just barking, not really doing anything. The other side is just a rabid dog, just it's just running around, just trying to tear shit up. You know,
right? And they don't care about optics. In fact, their base cheers it on, man. Their base is really. I truly believe their base is fine with them lying, fine with them looking like idiots in the news, in the media. They're totally fine with all that. It's just all about getting a win, bro. They want to be on the side that looks like they're winning. So I don't know, man. I don't think shit, man. I just need to go. Do whatever I need to do to go, because when this shit go down, bro, I don't want to be here.
Now, are we like fear mongering, or is this like a real?
I'm dead, bro.
Because it looks very dire at this point.
We have elected officials that can go and do a comedy routine in front of people about Muslims, bro. These are elected what's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene did.
Really?
Like that. Yes.
Wow.
Like she a comedian or something. We got bro, look. We got a dude in what's his name? The
Madison
guy in the
Cawthorn.
house. Yes. Keep getting not arrested, but keep getting caught
Some
trying
scandals.
to sneak a gun.
Yeah, he got caught with multiple guns. He said that he was invited to orgies. He saw people doing cocaine. Then now there's a video of him like in lingerie or something like that.
Butt naked, bro.
Is it?
Butt
okay.
naked.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it lingerie and he was butt naked? It's two different videos.
Bro, I know one. They said he was bucket naked, bro.
Yeah.
These are elected officials. We got one, Matt Gaetz, who is probably I can't even say probably going to go to jail, but for all accounts, he should go. He should be in jail right now.
I don't understand why. Yeah, he's just
this dude is walking up and down the halls of Congress, and it's pretty much known that this dude to mess with underage girls. And here's the thing: the leader of the House, the minority leader of the left, of the right, of the conservatives, he's caught on tape bashing all these motherfuckers, bro. They just keep coming out with tapes of him like saying shit against his own party, but like when you get him on a regular live feed,
he says something else.
He's saying something else.
Yeah.
Like what can be done, bro? What can be done other than
it has to burn down, bro? The entire system has to burn down, bro, and it has to be rebuilt because at this point it's jumped the shark. It's off the rails at this point, bro.
Jumped the shark.
Yeah, this is like a bad.
It's Arthur Fonzarelli.
Yes,
Arthur Fonzarelli.
Yes. Anybody who knows TV knows what that statement means. Like it's off the rails at this point, man. Like I don't know. It's I've said this before. It's like a bad sitcom. It's like
the second Darlene on Roseanne, bro.
Bro, it's like The Office at this point, man. Like what? It's just constant like buffoonery, like constantly. You know,
it's when Eric Foreman left that '70s show and they came in with the blonde white dude. It jumped the shark, bro.
I don't even remember that. I remember they did something, but I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, bro. They had Fez and Mila Kunis character in a relationship together. It got really weird, bro. It got really weird. But
they did a That's 80s show too.
They coming out with a That's 90s show. They coming back to do That's 90s show.
Oh my God.
I genuinely like that show. That 70s show was pretty fun. All I'm saying, this Roe versus Wade shit is very scary because we don't know where it's going or what else, what the real reach is.
I'm interested to see what they go after next, man. Like that's because I want to see how radical and how off the rails they really are. You know, and I said in the chat, like, you know, maybe this could be a wake up call to people who are apathetic to voting or just
I was just about to go.
Are the same.
Do you think this can actually somehow work out for the Democrats because they're reaching too hard too fast?
I mean, that's the only hope for it.
Can that rally around, like, especially with women? Can that rally women to just get out and rock the vote?
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure because I think anybody who was really like pro-choice was already kind of voting, right? I don't know. I really don't know because
here's the thing, though, Ty. Here's the thing. It's not all inner city brown women getting abortions.
Right.
It's a lot of them people out there in the suburbs getting them abortions that just don't say shit. Can that take? I think
they're still gonna get their abortions because they were doing it before it was legal.
Right, but can that rally them to go more of those women in the suburbs to go vote?
I don't think so, bro. Not to vote for the other side. I think they're still gonna vote for their ideology that they believe in already.
Gotcha. I got you, man.
Because I think most of them are voting based on, you know, the Christian ideology anyway. You know, that's a big part of the right. I know a lot of people who vote right just because of the Christian facade that they have going. So, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's going to take for people to wake up. Like you talk about global warming, you talk about all these crazy ass tornadoes and this crazy ass weather and tsunamis and like, oh no, the weather has always changed. Like this shit wasn't this crazy like 20, 30 years ago, bro. But nobody cares, man. This is like, how much money can I fit in my pocket is what they care about. Even though that money is going to be worthless when everything collapses.
That's the funny part, because remember what I said. A lot of them think that they have enough money to weather the storm, or they have the right connections. Your money ain't gonna mean shit. Your money ain't gonna mean shit. It's gonna be toilet paper.
Yeah.
When this shit hit the ground.
I mean, unless you're smart enough, like you said,
shit hit the Earth's core, bro.
Unless you're smart enough, like, well, shit, you might have a global collapse, but it won't be because of abortion.
Yeah, bro. If the dollar, if the dollar fall, that's it, bro. The fucking what do they use in China? The yen, that ain't strong enough to sustain the world. That can't. The yen can't just be. You know, I don't know, man. I want to be on a fucking island.
Eating coconuts. Eating coconuts, playing with monkeys, bro.
Because guess what? Guess what? All these little islands and stuff, those gonna be the countries that survive, bro. That's not really attached to none of this shit. That can just go about their life, and it's gonna be like that. Places in Africa, it's gonna be
beyond the Thunderdome. That's like one good thing about America is we're gonna have all these weapons, so you'll be able to protect yourself for a little bit, depending on how big of an arsenal you have. You know. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. What else is crazy is this whole Kevin Samuels situation, man. So first off, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Father Samuels. I heard somebody refer to dude as Father.
That's crazy to me. I don't get
bro,
that one.
Are you? Here's the funny part, because people are losing their minds over this, man. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to overshadow this man's death. I mean, he was.
Well, everybody doesn't know who Kevin Samuels is, so give them a rundown of who Kevin
Samuels is. A guy who he would give advice to women so they can, I guess, I don't know, what would you say? Was it advice to try to get a high value man, as like he used to say, or
I mean, that was the main shtick. I think he was more or less evaluating them and seeing where their mind state was, and then he would tell them whether it was realistic or not. Their desires.
Most of it, he would say it was unrealistic for them in a very
matter of fact way.
Very matter of fact way. He wasn't nice. He was not nice to these women, and very blunt to a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, if that show stick, that show stick. I to me, his shtick got tired after the first few days. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how we always like. Remember how we always like, man, Kwame Brown, this guy's amazing. That shit got real tired after like the first week. You know, because it's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing, and I know what you're doing, Mr. Samuel. Well, I know what he was doing. And it was just like, ooh, here go my bag right here. Notice I did the voice. Here go my bag right here. Why don't I just keep doing this? At the expense of just like tearing women down, I guess. Would you say he was tearing women down? I would say he was tearing women
down. I don't know. I mean, I think there were some inklings of truth into what he was saying. So I don't think.
No, a lot of it was true.
Yeah, I don't think the characterization that I see a lot, that he like hated women, and I don't think that's 100% true.
I don't think he hated women. I just don't think he really liked women.
It's a possibility, but if you're telling somebody the truth, does that prove that you don't like them?
No,
I think like what you said in the chat earlier, that it wasn't really his message; it was the way he was delivering the message, more so than anything.
Right, but if you're okay, so we just established in the beginning that it was to help women. Do you think he was really helping women with the way he came across?
I think there's potentially some he was helping.
Some.
I think
not the majority.
No, not the broad majority.
Because I'm gonna tell you,
I think he became an
me and you know
adversary for the broad majority.
Yes. Very combative on both sides. But I think me and you know women. Me and you know women enough to know there could be truth into what I'm saying, but it's also how I say it. You understand what I'm saying? Like
I think that's a people thing, not just a woman thing. But go ahead. I'll let you continue.
Yeah, I mean it's a people thing, but as a whole, most women, it's definitely how you say it because most women ain't finna be sit there. It ain't gonna sit there and be talked to like that.
No,
and that right there is the problem. Like I said, you said some truth to what he's saying. I would say it's a lot of truth to what he was saying. It was the way he was saying it, and the way he was saying it. I get it, bro. I know what you did. I know what you're doing. That is your stick, and you are gonna run that into the.
I just think what I mean, his message wasn't palatable, right? It was like it was like castor oil to some people, right? It's like it might be good for you, but it tastes like crap, you know. And that's certain women. That's not all women. I think a lot of people were taking it that he was generalizing people, but he had very specific bullet points when he was talking to people. Like, if you're this, if you're that, if you're this, men are gonna see you in a specific way. Then there's always those outliers who could say, well, I'm all of that and I still got a man, I still got a family, blah blah blah. But overall, and let's throw this out there as well. He has some shit to say about men as well sometimes. So, specifically, if you were an overweight man, or if you're a man who didn't bring in a lot of money, what was your value to women, so to speak? So it was both sides to an extent, but he mostly focused on the ladies.
Yes, it was for every one man, it was like
10 ladies.
So but here's the thing, bro. Who are these idiots that call on this show? I think we spoke about that earlier. Like, if I'm an overweight fat dude, I'm not calling this show because I know where it's gonna go. So you got to look at the character. You got to look at the type of person who would actually call in the show. Can you take that person serious? No.
Here's the thing, bro. Everybody wasn't on video, so you can call
I
in
understand that. I understand that, but
and say you look like The Rock,
Right. A lot of people weren't on video, but a lot of people still gonna go to, hey man, I was on the Kevin Samuels show and he called me a moron, or he hung up the phone on me, he called me a fat ass. Or if I'm a woman, hey, he said I'm a used cattle, I'm a used Ford Escort. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he called somebody a used Ford Escort?
Yes, he called somebody a used. It was whatever old car. He called him a used.
Wow.
Whatever.
I didn't hear that one.
Yes, definitely. He said this shit. And here's the thing, and then let's get off of Kevin Samuels on that. But I do want to talk about people celebrating his death.
Yeah, that's.
Then I want to talk about the other side too. People honoring his death, or I don't think he should be honored. Like, what did he do? What did he do for anybody? Like, he didn't really.
Well, the red pill or the red cup side of YouTube is a growing demographic, so he gave a lot of fuel to their movement. So those are the ones that you see that are like honoring him, and they're in mourning. To me,
you want to know what I think?
He was just another YouTuber to me.
Right. You want to know what I think, Ty? I think he said a lot of things that most men feel they can't say to women. And they see it. They see it and they hear it, and they were living vicariously through this dude.
Well, my thing is, even with those people, I just don't understand. Like, it's cool to have an opinion, right? But like, why do some people feel like it's their place to like they're evangelizing this message for women? Like, women have to hear this point of view, and it's going to change everything.
That right there is the stupidity of men. That right there is the stupidity of men, bro. They just think like, hey, y'all all doing it wrong. I got the right answer for all y'all. Y'all doing it wrong. y'all black women as a whole, you're doing it the wrong way. Here's the answer, bro. It ain't that simple, man. People are different. Yes, women are all the same, just like men are all the same to a certain extent. But you don't know this person's life.
Right.
You don't know these people' life when they come on there.
Right.
And I think we talked about it in the chat. He run down fat women and ugly women and call them 3s and 4s and shit like that. Man, a lot of these women out here are winning. I see it all the time, bro. How often do you see? And you say, man, what that look odd? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you see this beautiful woman with a ugly dude, or vice versa.
Well, me and you had a
like it happens.
me and you
bro.
had a
it
back
happens
and
way
forth.
more than what.
I don't remember exactly when it was. It was probably last year sometimes, where I was telling you not everybody picks their mate specifically just based on physical attraction. And I think a lot of people just get lost. They get caught up in some of that stuff. Some dudes are really funny. Some dudes are athletic. They can run track. Some dudes can pick up heavy weights, and some
might just be funny. You know,
some women are. Yeah, it just depends on. There's other personality traits that get people locked in.
Bro, I saw this big swole dude, nice body, bro. I'm man enough to admit, when a dude is attractive or don't make that face, or he got a nice, I'm man enough to admit that I'm comfortable with my sexuality where I could see, that's an attractive dude.
Okay.
But when you see somebody like that and then you see the woman and you like, wait, that don't match. What did she do to get him? Bro,
she doing something right?
Yes, bro, it is happening. Bro, somebody could look at me and my girl and think the same thing. This ugly motherfucker with this gray beard. Get that one. My girl has the body of a 22-year-old and she's in her 40s, bro. And she got 2 kids and it don't look like she got kids. Her breasts is still stick up, bro. Just like this. Her breasts is still stick up. Okay. No surgery, bro. I'm pretty sure it's people that looked at us and be like, why is this old man with this young girl? Because my girl looks young.
Right.
How did he get that? Because you're on the outside looking in. It's really like this. It's even, bro. Whatever it's even. You know what I'm saying?
So you should really package whatever you're doing right and evangelize it on YouTube so you can become the next Kevin Samuels.
No, that ain't nothing. No. I'm good on that. I'm good on that, bro. Because I don't care enough to be like
start wearing your suits and your your suede boots and stuff.
Yeah. It's so this fragrance, it has a fruity bouquet. I like to wear it. This is a summer fragrance. Get the fuck out of here, man. But no, what the point I'm trying to make in this point I'm trying to make is, there are people out there that we may think is ugly or unattractive or and somebody else may see a different quality that we can't see because we don't know those people. There's plenty of big girls out here winning, and big girls always been making money. Big girls, big girls be making money. And my older brother taught me that. Big girls got the money. There's plenty of not women that I find unattractive out here winning, bro. It's not as easy as it is to just generalize the whole thing and say you a 2 and you would never be able to get a high value man. I don't think it's that easy, bro. I think
and let's not preface that because we've been talking about it for a while, but that is one of the tenets of what he was talking about. A high value man, like a 6-figure and up man. What was most of those women calling in? Were they going to be capable of reeling in somebody like that? That's what the tenet
let's
of
look
what
at
he
it.
was
I'm gonna look at, and I hate to be well, it ain't really whataboutism, but every dude that makes 6 figures ain't a high value man. He might got some other shit going on. So like, I don't know, man. It's weird to. And here's another thing: not every woman won't. Well, I would say those girls were on their work. They were talking about having. But I don't know, man. I think the most important thing is game. If you got game, you can get anything, bro. If you got game, you can get anything you want.
I don't have no game.
You ain't got no game?
No, I know game.
That's a shame. That's a shame, bro. Let's move on, bro. I'm done with Kevin Samuels. I'm sorry. He's passed away. I know he was a savior to most and a villain to the.
I've never seen a more polarizing YouTuber.
My God, bro. Women were celebrating the fact that this.
That was crazy. Like they were having like Twitter parties, parading in the streets, and they were saying he died alone, and never mind that he had.
How did he die? How did he die?
He was with some lady, and they woke up and they spent the night together, what? And then when he woke up in the morning, he was complaining about chest. Yeah. And then he was complaining about chest pains or something like that. I don't think that constitutes dying alone, though. That's kind of a stretch. So was he in a relationship or was he married? No, but he literally died in the company of somebody else. So he definitely didn't die alone.
He probably went out with a bang. It was a heart issues. He probably gave it a little.
He probably took one of them blue pills or something. I don't know.
Oh, one of them. Them rhino.
One of them blue rhinos from the gas station.
He took a 7-Eleven pill.
Bro, I damn near died. So I damn near died the time I tried it. So
hey, we got to get my brother back over here, man. That was like my favorite conversation we ever had on here when you and him was talking about them blue rhinos, bro.
Leave them gas station pills alone, y'all.
Let's move on, man. So Dave Chapelle got tackled. And I'm not gonna stay on this subject for a while.
Bro, it sounds crazy even saying it, man. Like, I just don't get it, man.
We're gonna stay on this subject for probably a few minutes, bro. Why they whoop dude ass like that?
Yeah, I think comedians was on alert, man. The next person run up on this stage,
gonna do the rest of the interview like this.
They gonna catch some feets and some hands and some feetses.
Dude, did he do his own arm like that? I don't get it. Like, did somebody just like?
There's no way to tell
because
you can't really tell. But yeah, they fucked him up. Whoever did it, him or
they say Busta Rhymes was whooping that dude
ass. Dave Chapelle came out and said that wasn't true, but it's funny to keep saying it though.
It is funny.
Just hear Busta Rhymes in the back. Wow, wow. Whooping on dude.
Then Spliff Star come out with a leg drop. Man, dude, they put that dude in a fiend or something, and his arm must have cracked, bro.
Well, he definitely has a broken arm. His lawyer says he has a broken arm. So
his lawyer,
yeah,
so he lawyered up.
Well, you know, he get a public defender problem.
He gonna sue for that.
No. He has a lawyer because he has a case.
Defender,
yeah, he has a case.
Oh, you know.
Did you see the video?
Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Did I see the video? Yeah, I saw it.
The man had a nun, a knife.
Man, that man had a what did they used to call themselves?
He had a good.
I ain't never seen, bro. I've never seen. What did they call a bayonet? Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Gun to have a knife, but I've never seen it with a pistol.
That wasn't a real gun. It's a fake gun, but it's like a knife inside of a fake gun. Like he clearly didn't think this out before he executed Order 66,
bro. Clearly, there's some mental problems.
Yeah.
Transgender, was he part of the LGBT?
I don't think so. It just looked like a guy to me. But his issue with Dave Chapelle was he thought Dave Chapelle was anti-transgender, I believe. Transgender, I believe.
So he wasn't part of the LGBT. He was an LGBT.
He could be. I mean,
he could be.
He seems rather passionate about it.
But he was definitely sympathetic to the cause, and
he was sympathetic and passionate enough to get up there and get his ass whooped over it. So.
Bro, that's the funniest thing. In this day, you should know better, though. Like, that outcome has never came. Bro, you know me. I'm a big wrestling fan, bro. Anytime somebody hop that guardrail.
Yeah, they gonna get some slaps.
Bro, when you might get
some work.
bro, just think you get roughed up in front of the people, but when they take you back there, bro,
right.
your life is forfeited.
They do you like
point,
saying Rothstein did old boy in Casino.
Ooh,
Look at my hand, man. Look at my hand. What they did?
What was dude name? Who did he get? Johnny M. You did all this for fucking
Yeah,
Johnny M?
Yeah.
No. I missed the two scenes. One is from Goodfellas. You talk about the scene where he went up there and he was like,
No. Both of
"Give me
those
your
scenes
hand."
both of those scenes are from Casino.
So, but are they the same scene or two different scenes? Because
It's
one
two-
scene where
it's
he was
two
like,
different
"Which hand
scenes.
did
One-
you do it with?"
One scene was when they were scamming the casino. This is when he first started. And he caught him, and they took him to the back, and he smashed his
He
hand
said,
up.
"Which hand do you do it with?"
Yeah, he smashed
So
his
I do it
hand
with
up.
this hand.
Yeah, he smashed
You
his
gonna have
hand
to
up.
learn how to
But
do
they
it with the other
they brought the other guy in. He look at my hand, man. Look at that. That's what Buddy was saying about his arm.
But then there was another scene. And I can't remember if it was from Casino or Goodfellas, where they put this dude head in
That's
a vice
Casino.
and he was squeezing it.
Yeah,
And
that's Casino.
And Joe Pesci told him, "I'm about to pop your eyeball out for some fucking Johnny."
That's when the other guy came and they said he was really wild and he started shooting stuff up. So they were torturing the other guy to find out who it was.
God,
Yeah.
those movies was good, man. Don't get me wrong, Scorsese has come out with some good shit after that. But
Mhm.
nothing was the magic between the magic he had with Goodfellas and the magic he had with Casino, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
My
The
girl
Departed
watches.
was good.
Yeah, I
The
watched
Departed
The
was good,
Departed.
but that's a remake though. They got that shit from
bro. The funny thing about The Departed is I was here, not here, but I was at home one time and I was watching the Japanese version, right?
Yes.
And then I went to the
what was it called?
I went
Informant?
to the Informant, something like that. And then I went to the theaters and I watched The Departed. I'm like, I've seen this movie before.
It's the
And
same
it's-
thing, bro.
but it's like it's
literally the same thing.
So it's like I'm having deja vu, right? But it's like you couldn't have seen this movie before because it's you in the theater watching it brand new.
Right.
And then I watched the Japanese one again. I'm like, oh, this is the part. This is the same exact movie.
All he did was change the name
Yeah, this is the same exact movie.
Yeah. Just with
No,
Asian-
the I'm sorry, it's not the Informant. It's called I believe it's called Internal Affairs or something.
Internal Affairs. That's it.
Yeah.
It's Internal Affairs. It's
Yeah,
Internal Affairs. Yeah. That, man, but it was good though. Internal Affairs / Departed was. We'll just lump them in because it was the same fucking thing. The shit was good, bro. The shit was really good. I really enjoyed that. I think yeah, he bit the shit out of that movie, but whatever. But yeah, man, the magic of Casino and Goodfellas, man. He came out with one not too long ago. I think it was The Irishman. Did you see that?
Oh, was that the Johnny Hoffa story?
Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah, I think it was the Jimmy Hoffa story. Was it? Hold on. I might be mixing up two movies.
No, I didn't watch that one. Whatever it was.
It wasn't. It's Scorsese, but it wasn't the same, bro. It wasn't the same. It wasn't that magic.
I mean, that time is gone, man. Those movies are long gone at this point.
No, man. I know. You can't never capture that magic again. That magic is gone. Oh man. Well, that's all I got, Ty. I ain't got nothing else.
It's a short
Go
one.
ahead. Yeah. No, bro. We've been talking for a minute. That intro was long as hell. I feel like we at least did an hour 15, hour 20.
Yeah, it's an hour. It's over an hour at this point.
Okay. All right. Give them your social media.
The Outsider on Twitter. There are no posts. Outsider on YouTube. There's very few videos. Outsider on Twitch.
I really don't have a social media presence.
Outsider on Twitch, I don't post anything. Outsider on Instagram, there's one post.
Check out the Dummast Podcast. Well, if you're watching this, you probably already know we on YouTube. Check out the Dummast Podcast on YouTube. From Chicago to the Dummast Podcast. Check us out on Instagram, Dummast Podcast. Check us out on Twitter, Dummast Podcast. If you want to listen to the audio versions of this podcast, check us out on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. We are out. Wow. When we gonna put Nina in there?
Gotta get all that stuff redone.
Shit. I don't want to pay for that.